Welcome back. And with me now is Jeff, who is the Assistant Secretary of Tourism and over the Welcome Centers. And we're going to talk about the Welcome Centers and how they greet people. Glad to have you with us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Governor.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about. I know there's some new exciting things, but I want to mention our welcome staff at these Welcome Centers greet everybody with a smile. They're full of passion and love. And I got to take a group of them to the global wildlife so they can experience firsthand. And we want to do more of that, getting them out to see the zoos, attractions. So when they welcome those visitors from out of state as they cross the state lines, they've experienced some of the great things they do here in Louisiana. And I know we've done some work at a lot of the Welcome Centers. Tell us about what's been done and why people should stop and see those staff and all the great things there.
Absolutely. Well, as you know, our staff are our ambassadors for the state of Louisiana. They're the frontline employees. When you drive into this state, they're one of the first Louisianans that you would meet. They go above and beyond to learn not only their area, but the entire state and its rich cultural history, directing visitors on places to eat, places to lodge, parks to visit, as well as immersing them in our culture and our history.
You've done a lot of work at making the Welcome Centers a place where people get excited about Louisiana. I know in Vinton, right as you cross the line to Texas, a lot of work's been done there with the nature trail and things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. Well, that is a fantastic project. It took a little bit longer than we anticipated, but it really turned out quite well. We've gotten numerous comments on the architecture and the structure itself. It's got a beautiful outlook behind the center overlooking the nature and wildlife of that area. And we just recently completed a beautiful boardwalk that runs around that lake. And visitors can go out on that boardwalk, take pictures, and interact with nature and just kind of get off of the interstate.
And that's so important. You know, we know coming out of COVID that people bought RVs, camping equipment in record numbers, so they're driving. And when they get into the state to see something like that, and then as they go further into the state to Atchafalaya Basin Welcome Center, and like you said, each one of them have a unique flavor, a different story to tell, and you've put some new kiosks in the centers too to make it a little bit more digital friendly to people that can learn more about Louisiana.
That's correct. A couple of years ago, we put in kiosks at each of our 8 Welcome Centers, and those kiosks are meant to supplement what the Welcome Center counselors are currently, the information that they convey to visitors. These kiosks can actually go through, build itineraries for the visitors that can then be transmitted to their phones or potentially printed out on the spot. If you say, I want to go eat seafood in Lafayette, this thing will tell you the best places to go, or it'll tell you all the options, actually.
I thought that was pretty incredible the way y'all have put those together, got all that information in there. And especially now with gas prices, people can plan their trip based on how far they want to go. I know y'all are promoting not the tank of gas, but the half tank gas around Louisiana, where you can go on a half tank of gas to save some money. And those kiosks and information, those centers will help people with that as well.
Absolutely. I know our visitors, they come in both from out of state, but a lot from within state. They develop a rapport with the staff. They go into the centers to check in and just see what's new in the area. So it's kind of a weird but friendly relationship between our Welcome Center counselors and the local population as well.
I'm glad you highlighted the quality of the people. Our teams at those Welcome Centers, they get me excited when I stop to visit with them as they explain all the things to do in Louisiana and do such a great job. But they have such love and passion for what they do, and we're very lucky to have those teams at each of those stations.
Absolutely, sir. Our staff is really, that's what makes our Welcome Centers as good as they are. And, you know, I'll go above and beyond for them, as I know you will as well.
So as we open our doors back up to the world, I know we're cleaning up Louisiana, we're putting our best foot forward. How are the numbers looking at the Welcome Centers compared to pre-COVID?
Well, we're down a little bit, obviously, but the numbers are bouncing back nicely. Pre-COVID, we were closing on 1 million visitors statewide. Now we're about a third of that number, but we've seen steady increases month in and month out since probably last November, December.
I know since we promoted Mardi Gras all over Louisiana, we saw an incredible amount of people driving in to family-friendly, affordable Mardi Gras in every corner of the state that really helped the local economy in many of those areas that normally didn't see that big influx of people for Mardi Gras. So just coming out of Mardi Gras season, now in the fairs and festivals, we're looking forward to directing those people to all the 400 fairs and festivals all over Louisiana. So it's exciting times. Thank you for the work you do. Done a great job at bringing those places back to life after COVID, and looking forward to a great year.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.